All right, and so is World Poetry Day, and it's so ideal that we talk poetry to the people who understand it better. Nana Asaase is here. Nana, I asked you earlier about how you feel,
Yeah.
about World Poetry Day.
Yes. It feels good. Everybody likes to be at the center of attention at a point for the right reasons.
Yes.
And it simply tells us that for us to be marking this in Ghana, poetry is gradually, as an art form, gaining its prominence. The world over, we're marking poetry.
Yes.
Look, it makes me feel good because we've been trying to create this awareness and tell you. Poetry is the mother of all art. Poetry has a crucial role in national development. Poetry has a crucial role in politics, in religion, whichever facet of life that you choose to look at. Poetry has a very crucial role, and I think World Poetry Day draws our attention to this.
Now, you mentioned that it appears we are getting there.
Yeah.
What do we really have to do? Because, like you mentioned, looking at who we are as Ghanaians,
Yeah.
we really pay attention to words. But it also looks like because our words are very ornamental, we tend to take things for granted. How should we position ourselves? Elsewhere, this is a big deal. This is adding so much to GDP.
Trust
But
me.
we just say it, and sometimes you expect that, Beka Bibi Kakrani Enkwe.
Bibi Kakreb, it's just.
Do you understand? How do we need to position ourselves? The media, the poets themselves, the Ministry of Tourism, government, Ghana.
Fantastic. So somebody comes on radio, goes on an interview and says something. Everybody jumps on it. Because the person probably said something which was off.
Yeah.
So can somebody say something creative? Can we all jump on it
Yeah.
and make it so popular? Can somebody say something we consider deep, something we consider profound?
Yeah.
Like the words of late Nana Mpedu cast in music. These things are priceless. Look, let us value these things. When everybody is coming down here from any other country, coming to study our art, people come to study with a Jaconi.
Yeah.
Why can we not set up a very fantastic arts body and have the likes, those who have gone on retirement, or the elevated ones, that's what I call them, who are not in active service, set up an institute, an academy where people can just go and learn. This would bring us, it will bring us a lot of money to do this. Two, poetry refines language, uses refined language. And so as Ghanaians, we should realize that one of our strengths is the beauty of our language, the beauty of our languages. Everybody wants to hear refined language once in a while. When somebody has a wedding, why do they want to come and get a poet? When somebody has a funeral, they want a poet to come and eulogize the person. When somebody has their birthday, they want to get a poet to come and eulogize the person. So on a regular, every day, why don't we realize? Why do we wait till?
But generally,
It's
do
a
we
particular-
even pay attention to creative arts in this country?
I don't believe we pay attention to these things. Because even the art of being a politician is an art. But we don't pay attention to it. The art of being a public speaker, the art of being deliberate when you are communicating with an audience is we do not pay attention to these things. If we were to pay attention to the creative value chain, it's a whole value chain.
Yeah.
As we sit here, somebody is in charge of sound. Somebody does makeup. Somebody is supposed to check, props and set and all. So it's a whole value chain. So by virtue of just one front line, there are so many people in there, and it's a means of creating employment for people, creating value for people. Somebody enters a hotel once a week just to go hear the pianist play.
Yeah. Yeah. But have we positioned ourselves properly? Okay, you mentioned the politicians.
Yes.
Other forms of, look at what the doctors will do. We have the GMA, we have the Ghana Bar Association. People put themselves together. They champion one cause.
Yeah.
You realize that when it comes to the creative space, there's
don't-
too much kind of disjoints.
Divisions and all of
Everybody is kind of looking at themselves whilst you are thinking about, you're a family man, you are thinking about making a living with your talent, with your creativity. Somebody probably is thinking about fame. And so we are not all together. Could that be a reason? Have we positioned ourselves properly as creatives, in this space?
In a lot of ways, the division, as you said, is very glaring. But I think there are various groupings, professional
Yes.
groupings, FIPAG, all of that. We have the Poetry Association of Ghana.
Yeah.
Starting anything like that is difficult. And making the vision really go down and let new people understand it is difficult. But once your people latch onto it, it works. It takes time to build an organization that is solid. I think the Poetry Association of Ghana, since our inception last year, is doing that. So we are very steady, and we are going very gradually. And so I believe that as creators, our various groups should not get too much into our politics. You realize the politics now takes attention from the things we are really supposed to be doing. I don't want to cite instances that are going on that I am privy to. So that right there within the creative bodies, there's a lot of politics. Who is supposed to lead? Who is supposed to do this? Who is not doing that? And then the real focus is lost.
Yeah.
And we get into these bodies to prove I'm better than this, I'm the legend, I'm this, when really there's a lot of work to be done. We are different people.
Yeah.
We bring different things to a team. And so you're looking for fame, it's okay. You're looking for money, it's okay. When we put these things together, it simply means an artist needs money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, while you're making money, you need to look at the recognition bit and the clout that it gives you.
Yeah.
When you're done earning all these things, how do you give back? Social responsibility. So these are the things that we should be looking at instead of all the politics that we're really.
Is there any way that you're celebrating the day
today?
Yes.
Okay, so the Poetry Association of Ghana. Let me speak for us specific.
Sure.
We're having a Twitter Spaces tonight.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Okay.
7 p.m. Start work.
Okay.
7 p.m. is start work.
Who and who will be on?
Who and who will be on? So, well, I'll be on.
Of course, of course.
Abiaka will
because
be on.
I mean, there are certain people that I will really find it problematic
If
if
they
you
are
have
not
a
there,
Twitter
right?
space and I
Yeah.
don't hear Asaase, I don't hear Apioko.
Yeah.
You have failed.
Yeah.
There will
Because
be.
these are people
Yeah.
who are the
Yeah,
examples.
the
you
voice.
know. They have done. Look, I've seen Asaase as far back as I can remember
Yeah.
doing this. So if you really want us to talk poetry, if you want us to talk experience, if you want us to talk how we can make things better, and you don't let us hear from these people,
Yeah.
then there's a problem.
Yeah.
It means that the person even putting the whole thing together, one has a work team from start.
As a recognized, yeah.
Exactly.
So there'll be Dr. Derek Quality.
Okay.
Poetry Santoa will be on. Dr.
Okay.
Martin Egblewogwe
Okay.
of the Writers Project
Yeah.
will be on. But really, in the audience, you'd have virtually.
course.
different
Look,
people.
everybody will
Yeah.
be in there in the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
And then when we are getting into this, we are not just there to have discussions. We are there to have an open mic. We are there to hear from
Okay.
different people. We've curated a fantastic poetic playlist that will be played intermittently, from all over Africa. We are having people join in this Twitter spaces from different parts of the continent because
Okay.
surprisingly, Ghana is really doing a lot
Yeah.
when it comes to the realm of poetry
Yes.
and spoken word now. We're really becoming a major force to
Yeah.
reckon with.
Yeah.
Some of our people are on programs outside Ghana.
Yeah.
Some of our people are in Nigeria as I speak to you. Others are on different radio stations as I speak to you. Halakasa is on a train in the eastern region, in Koforidua, as I speak to you now. We are also here doing this. We are trying to consistently create awareness. This year we said, be a poet, even in prose.
Okay.
UNESCO, that's World UNESCO Poet says, be a poet, even in prose. To me, I believe that whatever corner of the economy you hold, look, be good.
Yeah.
Be fantastic.
I like that.
Give your best to it. That way you are being a poet.
Yeah.
Who can speak better about the surgery situation than a poet?
Exactly.
But than a surgeon. But then don't forget there's an anesthetist in there.
Yeah.
And then there's the patient who is being operated upon. Everybody comes with their unique
Yes.
perspective. So whichever corner you hold, even when you speak prose, let the language be poetic, let the language be refined, let it be elevated.
So I
That is all
understand
we are
UNESCO
out to
will also
achieve
be on
today.
the space as well.
Definitely,
Which
we'll
is
have a rep
actually, which is actually really good.
endorses
UNESCO,
what we are
yes,
doing
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
there's the Poetry Association of Ghana. There are writers and all, but the group for poets is the Poetry Association of Ghana.
no, I must.
And we are really opening up.
yes.
Look, members to just come on, sign up, and all of that. We have
Yeah.
very solid structure.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I mean, you guys are doing amazing
Very
because,
solid
until
structures.
recently, you will never have a poet say that I'm organizing a concert,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and the auditorium is full.
Yeah.
And it's very impressive,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
kudos to you guys.
Things,
you
have,
so
things
much.
have really moved up. Things
Things-
have really moved up,
Things
in
are
a massive
really.
way. I mean, did you see his performance in front of Otumfuo?
I mean, it's Asaase. And penny become penny.
Remember, you see, you are only as good as your last
Oh,
performance.
mama, kweje wa fast.
See, you are only as good as your last performance.
That's true.
I have witnesses.
Yes.
And so you treat each stage as though you've never
Differently.
done this.
Exactly.
ever.
It's very
You've never
important.
done this, and it's serious
Yes.
business.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. I thought seeing him in front of the president was something till I saw him in front of Otumfuo, and I was
No,
like,
but-
oh my god.
But you see, I also think that that's the
Yeah.
beauty
Yeah.
of poetry and
Yeah.
what these guys are
Yeah.
doing. The other art forms that you bring on,
Yeah.
when Asaase is performing, when Api
Yeah.
is doing her stuff,
Yeah.
you find a poet, you find a musician, you
Yeah.
find this, the collective,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
experience
Speaking
that you
of
get.
collective, we had actually had some poets join
Yes.
us this morning. So we had Costa the poet, we had
Pen God.
we had
Bonkua
Afi, we
is
had
here, there's
Bonkua,
Afi.
and they're here with us. Hey guys, How you all doing?
We are awesome.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, Bunkwa and Afi, you are part of the Shishi Slam, right?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us about the recent experience of the Shishi Slam.
You want to take this one?
We actually won.
Okay, so it was an amazing experience. Going on wasn't something we felt was actually okay, so we decided to pair up and we came up with a name called Incorrect. And
Okay.
we did what we did. And
And
we
what
had
happened,
fun.
happened.
It was, yes. It was
You
amazing.
won, right?
They won.
We heard you won, right?
Yes, we
Hands
did.
down.
Fantastic, fantastic. Kudos to you. And Pengod, so what's next for you?
Right now, I'm about to publish my next poetry collection called The Storm.
Oh, wow.
So, and
The Storm?
The Storm.
Okay.
And the encore is still on Amazon, so I urge everybody to grab a copy on Amazon just for
Nice
$5.
one. Nice one.
Nice.
Da Costa, what about you? What's new for you?
Oh, okay. Like you said, I'm also working on this anthology, a whole collection, and it's going to be an amazing one. Also, I look forward that my annual program I organize, the Poetry Experience, I think this year is scheduled for Seed May, and I think the location will also come out later.